Can you hear me? Okay, I can't hear anything, so hang on.
Okay. Can you hear me now? Okay, I think my microphone's working now.
Okay. All right. Sorry. I had
I can hear you.
3,500 different technical issues.
Oh no.
Yeah, because I didn't realize how old this backup computer was. Like, I just bought it at the last minute, like the last time I was having computer issues. So, like, I thought I had every single problem solved, and then I went in and it doesn't support our Zoom. So like I can't have a virtual background or anything. And I was like, this is so so basically, um I can monitor. I did get the computer to work. So like I can help the kids. Like I can pull up their links and stuff. But you are gonna have to do all the screen sharing today.
Okay.
So I did share the um the Nearpod with you.
Yeah, I'm trying to get that pulled up right now. Good morning, Grace. Good morning, everyone.
Yes, indeed. Good morning. Sorry guys, you just have to bear with Miss Graham and I. Um, my computer had to go in for repairs. So Miss Graham has taken over with the screen sharing and everything. Um, so basically, guys, I just need you to be like patient.
We already did the warm up, right? What's the most challenging part of
We
poetry?
we just need to. I couldn't update anything because that's what I was gonna do this morning, give us a new warm up. Like I couldn't. I literally, it's taken me 2.5 hours just to be able to log in. Is where we're at. Because I literally got up at 7 to update our Nearpod and could not. So you can just type in whatever you want the warm up to be for today into the chat. The only thing that thing's going to be useful for is them sharing their links and doing the exit ticket with choice they pick, since not everybody told us what choice.
Okay.
Oh, bless you.
Yeah, I don't know. My throat was doing weird things today. All right, y'all. So for the warm up today, what I want you guys to do is look at this piece of artwork from the Romantic period. And I want you to just write some ideas that you would have for writing a poem about it. So, looking at the artwork, the Romantic period artwork, what are some ideas you would have to write a poem about it? And it could be anything. You can talk about whatever you want.
Miss Graham, since Cody got kicked out, you may need to share the warm-up question again.
Oh yeah, no worries.
And if you could, I don't know if you have the Nearpod open yet.
I thought I did. Where'd it go? Here it is.
Because I was gonna say, I know we didn't share that link yet with everybody.
No, not yet.
Okay. I was just double checking because I actually have my iPad on my bigger monitor. So like I can still navigate the chat and everything.
Oh, that's good. We have some ideas in the chat so far for poems. Steamy, maybe an affair or some type of relationship trouble or drama. I like it. Good ideas.
Hey guys, also if you could do me a favor, just make sure whatever you're putting into the chat, if you could share it to both of us, just because I'm already limited in what I can see. So not being able to see the chat, guys, is very difficult for me.
Yes, so when it says two, make sure you hit everyone so that both me and Miss Johnson can see it.
Yes. No worries, Cody. Like, trust me, you heard me. I just spent 2 hours fighting with technology. You'll let us know when you didn't miss anything. We're just doing our warm up right now.
Okay, so we have one other response, a poem of forbidden love or a poem of farewell. So
Ooh.
that's a different idea. So we have like love, um, or relationship problems or farewell. Meow. Goodness sake. I'm sorry, but you gotta go. Maybe it's a secret love, maybe about a guy going off to war. Ooh, very nice, guys. Good job.
Yeah, guys, I love all these ideas. Um, I think if I'm looking correctly, all of you guys were here on Friday when we went over our project and what we're going to be doing. So it's great that you're coming up with these so quickly. You're getting a Robin Hood vibe from the guy kissing. I love aspect. I like the idea about the forbidden love. Like maybe they're like by the staircase because they're sneaking off. So anyway, what I was saying is that I think it's great that you guys are able to come up with these so quickly because that's really like how you want to approach the project that we're giving you. So like when you find your painting, you should really be able to immediately go, I know what I'm gonna write about. Like if you're having difficulty or like you're just staring at the painting and you're like, I don't know, then it's probably not the best painting for you to use. If that is the option you're choosing. I know, Cody, you chose your own photo, which is totally fine. And Miss Graham, you're muted, so no one can hear you.
Yeah, I was blowing my nose. Sorry.
Oh, okay. No,
Um,
no. I just wanted to make sure because I looked like you're trying to say something. I was like, wait, I can't hear girlfriend.
yeah, I don't know what slide to start the Nearpod on. But here is the link, guys.
So maybe just share the link to the project page with the directions. So if you just click on the slide that you're already on, yeah, and that link will take you directly there, and then you can share that.
Oh, so don't share the Nearpod?
No. I'm saying share the link to the assignment too.
Oh, okay. Project link. There we go.
Okay, guys. So again, if you forget what you're supposed to do, you really want to use the assignment link to go directly in. Donovan shared his link last time. Cody, you shared your link. Um, so guys, tell us in the chat right now. Do you know which option you're choosing yet? Like, do you know option one or option two? So again, option one's to pick the historical painting to write your poem about, or essentially any poem that you could write a romantic era type period. Okay, so Addison, you're choosing option one. So Addison, when we get to the next screen in the Nearpod, make sure that you tell us that you've chosen option one because we're gonna keep track. Does anybody else know for sure? Well, okay, Cody, we know your option two. Okay, Rain, option two. Oh, Addison, thanks for sharing your link.
Yeah. Oh, Donovan's here.
Okay, sorry. I'm like struggling trying to navigate
No, you're good.
because
I'm
I want
gonna.
to.
Are you putting her link in the thing?
You know what? That's what I'm having trouble with, but
I'm
I
gonna
can
do it.
access it once it's in.
I got it.
Sorry, thank you.
You're good. You're good. Rain says option two. Cody's option two. Addison's option one. Oh, no worries, Cody. Well, I was catching up on some grading yesterday, so that's a good thing that you fixed that and saw that.
Okay, so
Oh
hang
no,
on.
Donovan, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Green, I'm putting in that you're
If
doing
you,
option
you know,
two.
have questions about what you're doing, you can ask us or come to office hours, but
Also, guys, with a project like this, Miss Graham, can you go to modules real quick in Canvas?
yeah.
Okay, guys, per the confusion that's been going on and per the fact that we have repeatedly been told that you guys can't attend office hours, if you could scroll down to where it says, okay, so you guys see where Miss Graham is, it says MP4 week 29 and 30. Miss Graham, if you keep scrolling down, like all the way down to the bottom of that module. Okay, guys, you'll see that it has this week's classwork listed. And then after where it says write a poem inspired by art or nature, if you see there's a link, it says part one. Guys, that is the entire recording, the entire class recording of everything that you need. So if you were absent last class and you're lost, I highly recommend that if going into that and watching that recording, or you can even skip to the parts that you think are important. I'm going to continue doing this for us since I know that you guys have trouble figuring out like what did we do when. So I'm going to have everything in there. Oh, thank you. I'm going to have everything in there labeled for you. So if you can't make it to office hours, that is now in there for your perusing assistance.
Perfect. Okay, yeah, this is all of the stuff, and then this is the project. Okay, yeah. So basically, guys, this module follows like a play-by-play of what we did for this whole unit on Felicia Hemans Casabianca and the Romantic period poetry. So we started by reading the biography of her, right? We read the text, then we did this discussion post. There's some vocab. And lastly, we are doing this project, write poem inspired by art or nature, read all the directions to receive full credit. This is what we're on now. This is due next week, but we are only spending this week working on it in class. So we will work on it today, tomorrow, and Thursday. You can come to office hours on Wednesday to get help. And like I said, it will be due on the 25th, as you can see, but we're only going to spend this week in class on it. All right. So here
And
it
then,
is.
guys, does anybody need to see the example of how we said to set up your Google, or how to set up your like your Google Doc or your um Google Slides or your Canva?
Where is that example?
Okay, so if you go into our attendance, right next to the green part that says we're create your own poem, where we were putting the links for the kids.
Oh, I found it. The
Yeah.
painting.
Yeah. I actually need to move
Oh, I
those
can't.
links to the next column, which I just did. But because I'm putting option 1 or 2 in the second one, but yeah. So
It says
got
that I don't have access.
okay, let me give everybody access so that you can share those links with them too. And then just let them know which what they're an example of option 1 or option 2. Sorry, that was my fault.
Oh, you're good. Okay, so I think I heard from Rain, Cody, and Addison what options you're doing. Rain, Cody, Addison,
Okay, you should be able to do the painting option now. I just changed the sharing settings.
and Alexis. So if you guys could continue to share what option you're doing, I'm going to share an example. This is the first example of how to do option 1. So as you can see, we have the image very clearly presented here, and then we have the title of it, and then the title of your poem would come next, and the poem would actually be right after that. So this is option 1. If you guys are doing option 1, thank you, Grace. You are going to set up your document like this. You can do Canva or Google Doc, right, Miss Johnson?
Yeah, yep. As long as there's like kind of like a shareable link for us so that we can go pop in and help you. Because don't forget, guys, if you can just scroll down a little bit on that example, Miss Graham, don't forget, guys, after you, so like this is how you want to set it up. You want to have your image, you want to have the title of it, then the title of your personal poem, but then before you're done, you have to cite that correctly.
Oh,
And so,
right.
guys, your citation has to go at the end. That's why I have it set up that way. So if you need help putting in a citation, please do not hit submit on the project before you put in a citation, because Miss Graham and I will tell you that when you don't have citations, it's automatic plagiarism and we cannot give you a grade other than 0. Okay, we can't. Yes, very important.
Oh
You
gosh.
will get a 0 unless you have a citation. Again, you don't need a citation if you choose option 2, but if you choose option 1, you absolutely need to have a citation in there. And I did in the directions give you the directions for how to cite correctly. Okay, but again, if you still need help, like once you choose your painting, I actually highly recommend, guys, on the days that Miss Graham and I are helping, so today, tomorrow, Thursday, if you have chosen option 1 and you have chosen your photo, what I highly recommend is doing the citation almost immediately and just sticking it at the bottom. And then Cody, to answer your question, we did not give a stanza or a length requirement for a reason. Because we gave elements that you have to include in your poem. You need to have the symbolism, so try to have a central symbol to your poem. You need to have imagery. It needs to have a mood. Okay. If it has all those things and there's a short poem, it's still acceptable. If it has all of those things and it's a longer poem, it's still acceptable. It just needs to meet our criteria.
So your poem, regardless of choosing option 1 or 2, it does not have a stanza requirement. You can also think about it this way. There's a lot of different kinds of poems, right? We've kind of been talking about this for a while. There's poems that rhyme, poems that don't rhyme, poems that follow a certain form and not no form at all. It might just be kind of like talking. So you can choose whatever style you would like. Sometimes poems have very organized stanzas. There's like 4 lines in each, and then there's like 5 stanzas. Sometimes a poem is just one stanza long, right? It's just one big stanza. So whatever you want, however you would like to organize your poem, the organization, the style, the rhyme or no rhyme, that is your personal choice. The things that we're requiring are these. So you have
Yeah.
some freedom and some requirements.
Okay. So I'm just checking in, guys. I know I have a link now for Donovan. We have a link for Addison. We have a link for Cody. Does anybody else have um a link that they want to that they're ready to share with us?
Yeah, Shanae. Shanae, I haven't heard from you in a little bit. Are you here? While I'm waiting for a response, I'm gonna click on the other example. It's okay, Shanae. If you need us to describe or give you any more instructions, let us know, but I'm gonna keep going, okay? So here's an example of option number 2, which is where you do your personal photo of the environment. And then we have the what we would call the title of the painting, but it's the photo, right? It's what it's called. So this is Virginia. You can even call it something special, like if you knew the name of this river or the name of the forest, you could say, blah 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 river in Virginia, and then you would say, whoever took the picture. Maybe it was you, maybe it was your dad or parents or family, whatever, or a friend. Then same thing as the rest. So the only thing that's different are these 2 things. The same thing happens in option 1 or 2 for the rest of it, which is the title of your poem. You write your poem, and then the bottom has does not need a citation actually, because it's you. You wrote it, and you took
You
the
took the
photo.
photo.
Yeah, you took the photo. So as long as you have whoever took the photo, you're good. Okay. So, Shanae, I know you're barely awake. Do you know which option you're going to do for writing your poem? Option 1 or 2? Probably 1. Okay. And then we have Cody, Addison, and Donovan for documents. I'm going to make sure I can actually open these 2. Okay, I can open Cody's. I can open Addison's. I can open Donovan's. Beautiful. I don't think you're on yours though, Donovan. I know you're sick though, so like no pressure. If you're like going to the bathroom to get sick, just take it easy, please.
Yes.
Okay, so I need the rest of you guys who have sent your options that you're gonna do in the chat, please. Let me add Shanae's.
Alexis, if you are choosing, um, are Alexis, I guess what I'm trying to figure out is, are you doing it in Canva again, which means that we won't be able to see your link?
Mm.
Because you have to take the screenshot. Okay. I will just make a note of that.
Why does that look like that?
Hold on, I'll fix that. Oh, you fixed it. All right.
Oh, is Cheyenne? Did Cheyenne ever? Why was that there?
I don't know. I think one of us probably just mistyped.
Okay, got it. Okay, so we just need a link from wait, what option is Donovan doing? Did he
I don't
say?
think we got an answer to that. I think it's
Okay.
one, but I could be wrong.
Okay, yeah. I don't want to put pressure on him. I was just curious. So then we just need Grace's link. And Shanae, once you get yours up, we'll need yours and Rain's. And then I think we have everyone who's here. I don't think Jean is actually here. So
Jane typically follows along, but doesn't respond.
okay. Okay. So Jean, if you know what option you're using and you have a link, please send that to us so that we can help you.
It's really for us to help you, is what it is. So, like, you don't have to feel 100% on your own with this. Or if you have questions or concerns, or even if you get to a part and your poem isn't making sense, like, don't try to just restart it. Like, getting us to help you is really awesome. That's why we're here. You can usually save your poem from catastrophe.
Okay, so we went over the options, we went over the examples, we went over the requirements. What is this collaborate board? Should we do this? Or should we?
The collaborate board was for them also to post their links. So we had a backup
Oh, okay,
copy.
so we're good then. You guys who shared your links, you're good. You don't need to do that. Chose option one. I have a painting put on my dock that I liked, but I was wondering if it would work. Okay, that's a good question. I will go ahead and look at your link. Oh wow, this is beautiful. Yeah. Miss Johnson will like that too, because she's talking about how she really likes Chinese art.
Oh, the one that Donovan was going to do?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what it was. That's why I knew Donovan was doing number one.
Yeah, this is
My
really
brain
beautiful,
just
Don.
froze.
You can for sure do this. Yep. Absolutely. And I think that this is also interesting because um since it is in black and white, you can kind of get creative and like your imagination of what things look like and however you're going to write about it, you know? Okay, so I know that on the, where was it? The lesson plan. I wrote some things. Okay, some guided questions for the poem for how to write. So
Awesome.
if you guys are struggling with how to start writing, you know, you have your document, you have your poem or your photo, whatever's going on, but you're like, okay, I have everything. How do I start writing? Um, the first thing we're gonna do is think about the the requirements. So we need symbols, images, and mood. And obviously the name of your poem you're probably not gonna figure out until the end. That's fine. But this is something that I put in here. It's actually a therapy chart. So if you guys are in therapy, you've seen this very often. It's a chart of emotions. So poems usually have emotions, a mood, a feeling that you get from reading it. So you have to decide what kind of mood you want your poem to be. Do you want it to be uplifting and happy, or do you want it to be like ominous and like maybe lonely, or the combination of emotions like we talked about with the thorn. So you could take a look at this chart that I have in here. Basically, three essential elements of poetry. We have mood, happy, sad, a mix of emotions. This is an emotion chart that goes into more like specific emotions. So, oh wow, that's too big. Hold on. Too big. You go away. And then make this bigger. And if you still can't see it, let me know. I can also like take this picture and probably put it in chat. Actually, I have it saved because I put it in here. Nobody knows the trouble I've seen. So yeah, I would start with thinking about what kind of emotion you would like your poem to have. I just put this chart in the chat too. Here we go.
And also, guys, if it's too overwhelming, like just remember that these are suggestions, because I think one thing that I've noticed a little bit when we put in some things, you guys aren't differentiating tweeting our suggestions and our directions. So this is just a suggestion. If this is overwhelming you and you're like, this is not helping me write my poem, then ignore it.
Yes.
If you're
Ignore.
like, this is for me and I need this and this was super helpful, then please, by all means, use this to help you.
Yes. I love it. So yeah, if you're like, oh no, I already know what I'm gonna write about, like my picture already inspired me, I am on it. Cool, go ahead, keep writing, pop off. Um, but if you're like, I have no idea where to start, this is where I would start. Try to think about the emotion, and then you could kind of like meditate on that. Think about, look at the picture, think about your emotion, kind of get in your head, try to feel inspired, right? So this is where I would start. You could start in the middle. Basically, that's how this chart works. You start in the middle and think of like a basic emotion. Do you want it to be happy, sad, disgusted, angry, fearful, bad, or surprised? And then you can go out into the more specific ones and think about those. So playful, content, interested, proud, accepted, powerful, peaceful, trusting, optimistic, blah, 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 blah. There's a lot of them. I'm not going to read them all.
Also, what I just like this is what came to me, guys, when I'm looking at this chart. If you need help with your symbolism, okay, notice that every single one of these emotions is color coded. Okay, guys, those colors can directly coordinate as a symbol of those emotions. So my suggestion would be is that if you, let's say you chose happy, and then let's say you went through like and you got to like any of those other ones, you see all of the yellow in it. So maybe see if your photo has any yellow in it. Like, are there flowers that are yellow? Is there the sun that is yellow? Okay. And then try to focus on how that color invokes that particular emotion within your image, and then work it into your poem. And that can easily be your symbol.
Beautiful. Because that is the next question that I have for guiding you. And that's a very good way to transition. So you find your emotion, you have a specific one, you see the color. These colors aren't just random, guys. Well, the surprise is a little weird. I don't know about that. The bad green, I don't know about that either. But yellow being happy and blue being sad and red being angry, those are pretty on par. Maybe disgusted could be green instead, right? Think about inside out emotions.
Yes.
Um, and like Ms. Johnson said, find the colors in the photo or think about what images have that same color. So my next questions are about imagery, like what do you see in the picture? Or if you stare at the photo long enough, could you perhaps add images in your head to think about? Like, for example, Donovan, your photo, it is the waterfalls. You can't actually see the waterfalls flowing, But maybe if you imagine that, you could also see fish floating down the waterfall as well, like in Alaska, like salmon float, jump around in
Yeah.
the waterfalls and stuff. Right? It doesn't actually picture that, but you could imagine it happening if it was a video or something. So think about the stuff that's actually in the photo or stuff that you could imagine being in that photo or picture or painting, right? If it were like a video or something
Yeah, guys,
or
just
a
to add to
memory.
that, just to like add to that, just like think about the power of AI. Like if AI could bring your photograph to life, what are some things that AI might add to it? Like, for example, in the photo that I gave in the example where the man's standing in the mist, it's easy to imagine that it could immediately start raining afterwards. Okay. So I could incorporate rain into my poem very easily. All right. It's not there, it's not in the photo, but because I'm trying to capture a moment in time that's beyond just what we can see in the photo, there are enough elements in that photo that could suggest rain coming or even the weather. Okay. Like he's wearing long sleeves and long boots. Okay. Well, I can imagine that it's cold. Okay. This photo doesn't say man standing out in the cold, but like that. So, like for this one, guys, I would probably choose my color scheme to be within blue. Like, so I would choose the emotion of like sad or longing or melancholy because he's alone.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see, like isolated. Okay, that falls within the blue. So then the symbol that I would pick for this would be blue colors. Again, guys, there is no actual blue in this painting, but it doesn't mean I can't work with that color scheme and that emotion. I can absolutely work it in.
Yeah, especially because like rain is blue. So,
Right.
or like you would imagine rain being blue or water being blue. The sky is usually blue, but it's covered in this gray mist. So, what does that mean? Like, what a blue sky being covered by gray mist. Also, I would ask questions about the poem, like in your head to get you thinking. So, where is this guy? Who is this guy? Why is he dressed like that at the top of a mountain? That's not normal hiking gear. That's kind of weird. And think about some stuff that you can see. There's not a lot you can see, but what would you maybe be able to see if you were there? Maybe like an eagle's nest, or there's tiny little trees over here. So what would be flying around or whatever in the trees? There's probably birds up here. That's what I would imagine. What are the birds doing? Are they hanging out? Are they huddling? No one's flying, but maybe, if it was a video, who knows?
Yeah. So again, basically the main point being like if you need to be creative and imagine things that could very well be in the photo that aren't necessary or the painting that aren't necessarily there, that's okay. That's part of using your creativity.
And you can also take images from here or from the title and think about what they symbolize. So, Wanderer Above the Sea of Fog. Thinking about fog, I personally think that fog does symbolize some things like emotions like confusion or like what is it? A curiosity, like searching and longing. So he is wandering, and what does fog represent? And what does the mountains represent? What does this like cloudy sky represent? And you can also look that stuff up if you're like, I don't know. So you could literally go to Google and say, what is fog a symbol of? Fog illustrates obscurity and distinction. In the Bible, it's an image of preceding great revelations, the gray zone between reality and unreality, isolation. So, this is pretty good stuff. Pretty good stuff that you could look up. And the only reason why I read this stuff straight from Google is because it does say that it's from the University of Michigan. So, that's a pretty good source.
Yeah, guys, by the way, if no one's ever really like gone into detail about like sources, guys, anything that is a .gov, well, okay, that could be a little off these days, but generally anything that is a .gov, a .edu is what we consider a reliable source. Okay, so a reliable source means that it has been taken into consideration by experts on the subjects who have then approved it for its access on the internet. So, for example, Wikipedia is not considered a reliable source because anyone can edit the information on Wikipedia. It's not monitored by experts. So again, that does make the .gov a little questionable these days, but
Yeah.
overall rule is that we accept .gov.
Oh, I'll take a look at it, Cody. Just give me a minute. I want to see if there's anything else. Okay, so then the last things I have is
Actually, Miss Graham, when you take a look at Cody's, I think it would be a good example to share. He's got his symbolism in there. He's got a good imagery. So I think it would be a
oh,
good example to look at when you're done.
okay. So the last things I was going to suggest for why is this so big? For getting started, like I said, there's the imagery, animals, trees, plants, background imagery, blah 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 blah. There's the symbolism. So I kind of led that into one into the other, right? What does fog represent? What do these images represent? Um, and now we're going to share some ideas. So Cody, I'm going to share your poem if I can get back to it. I have a million tabs open. There we go. Cody. Yeah, that's fine. You don't have to be done. It's like not due till next week.
Yeah, guys, we're genuinely trying to give you plenty of time for this.
Beautiful. It already looks very organized, which is nice. Deep in the hills, way down in Virginia, the wandering creek chills, the birds singing continue. This life-sustaining body of water, wow, is the gathering place for many. Is the wait, what? As the wandering creek. Sorry, I lost my place. Your poem's good, I promise. I'm just not able to read properly right now. As the wandering creek is freshwater, with various creatures visiting already. As the sun comes up, the trees start to glow, and the animals come out for a morning snack, drinking up the water. The wandering creek, dipping a toe. Dipping a toe, that's so cute.
I know, I like that part.
This is beautiful. This is beautiful, Cody. I like your imagery of all of the creatures. I like the symbolism of this water sustaining life of all of the creatures.
I
If
also have to
you
add, like,
oh
if you just notice as the poem gets longer, it almost looks like a creek itself.
yeah, it's Wandering
I'm
Creek.
like, oh my gosh. Like, I don't know that he did that on purpose, but I thought that was super cool.
Oh, so what I was gonna say is what you can start to say as well, if you'd like suggestions, I don't know, is you're talking about like the creatures. I didn't even mean to do it. It looks good though. You're talking about the creatures, like the animals that are getting life from this, but what about the plants, right? It's probably only very plenty because of this guy. So that would be my next suggestion. But you are off to a wonderful start. It looks very good. If you have more questions, please let us know. Alexa says option 2 is where you would pick your own picture, and option 1 is where you get a romantic period picture.
Clarify that.
Yes.
So I said option one is you choose a painting. So
Yeah.
not like a romantic period picture. It is a painting. So it can be from any time period. Okay, but it has to include the elements that we were talking about. So we're talking about like yeah. And then option two is you use your own experience in nature in a specific place. If you have a photo, it would be very helpful so that we know exactly what you're writing about. If you don't have a photo though, and you just tell us where you were that inspired you, that works as well for option 2.
I'm not the best writer. I would disagree with that, Cody. I think you are hard on yourself, but
All the time, Cody, bad Cody.
bad Cody.
Yeah, bad Cody.
Well, also there's like problematic word. I care about words and language, right? I am a writing teacher after all. So saying you're not the best writer, probably not the best way to say it either, right? I'm not the best writer. You're not the best writer. None of us are probably the best writer. But can we write and can we write well? Yes. Yes, we can. So
Indeed.
maybe try to avoid superlatives. You are definitely on the right track.
Guys, just heads up for time. We're at 9:47. So we've got like 3 minutes left of class.
Yes.
Um, so any questions that you guys have right now? Or like, Alexis, thank you for clarifying that. Because yeah, we want to make sure that like you feel supported, not that you feel stuck, because it would be really hard to just pick a romantic period thing and then force you to write about it. Okay. It's more about focusing on nature and emotion. So at any point, if you get stuck and want to clarify, like please let us know. Or like we did for Donovan, if you have an idea in your head of like things that you like in nature. So for example, Donovan said that he liked waterfalls. And so we kind of looked around, explored, and decided that some of the most unique paintings of waterfalls come from um, either Japanese or Chinese art. I can't remember specifically which one he picked. So, like, you don't have to feel like you're on your own for picking a painting either. So, if you are choosing option 1, but you're like, I have no idea how to pick this painting, like, please say, hey, okay, it was Japanese. Thank you, Donovan. Like,
Japanese.
please say, hey, like, this is what I like, or like these are elements in nature that like really stand out to me. Or like if there's a specific time of day you like being out in nature, so you're like, I would really like something that captures being outside in a field of flowers or something like that. Like we can help you find what you're looking for.
And I typed this in the chat, but I want to ask aloud. Grace, Shanae, Rain, and Jean, if you guys have links to your work, if you could send those in the chat, that would be very helpful for us. Or just let us know that you can't if you cannot. I think that you guys have been able to in the past, and we would like the links so that we can help you. Can't at the moment. That's cool. Thank you, Grace.
Yeah, if you're having technical difficulties and like that's what's preventing you, or like you're not in your usual setup, like you decided to join class today but you're like sitting in bed on your iPad and you can't navigate,
Yeah, just let us know.
yeah, that's fine.
Do you care to send me a link of a blank thing I can use? I
Yeah, we
could
can set
totally
it
do
up
that.
for you. Yep, guys, that's the other thing. If you need us to set it up for you, we can do that for you. Wait, Shanae, did you want blank Google Doc or did you want blank Canva?
Oh, right. Because I opened up a Google Doc immediately, but maybe you want Canva. I don't know. For me, Google Doc's easier. So, Shanae poem, romantic poem. I'll share this with you.
Yeah, Shanae, don't feel like you can't ask us to set it up for you. Like that, literally, we're not, if we don't do anything, then we don't exactly have a job today. So is
Mm-hmm.
what it boils down to. So allow us to assist.
There you go, Shanae. Once you click on that, I should be able to see.
And then don't forget to add her link to our
Yeah, I just did
thingamabobber
that.
before we lose it. Oh, okay.
Thank you. Thingamabobber.
That's what I call it when I can't remember.
The thingamabobber. I'm an octopus. It says anonymous kraken. I'll be able to check mine to see if I'm on track. Yes, absolutely.
Who just asked that one?
That was Donovan. We
Oh,
actually are out of time, but I'm gonna look right now. You have your you have the title of the poem and the name, and you have your poem started so far. Oh, this is so cute.
and Donovan, so the only thing I would recommend is that during one day in class, like so maybe tomorrow, have us do your citation with you so that it's just in there and ready to go.
Mhm. Yeah, we'll talk more about citations tomorrow or Thursday so that we can all do them like together, maybe.
Oh yeah, I like that idea.
I think that since it is in the Nearpod, we could just like, yeah, go through it all together with everyone following along.
Oh, see, we did talk about that, and then my brain forgot.
No, it's okay. It was a couple days since we did that, and I have some stuff in the lesson plan too that we can use. But
Got
that
it.
is
Okay.
all the time we have today, guys. Thank you so much for all of your hard work, and we will see you all tomorrow. Have a good day.
Absolute. Hold on. I want to. If you need to go, you can. I'm gonna stay on for Alexis. Or
Okay.
is it gonna? If you leave, is it gonna shut down?
No, I can click leave meeting instead of end.
Okay, leave the meeting then, and I'm gonna help Alexis.
Bye, guys.
Bye. So Alexis, yes, I love that painting is the answer to the question. Yeah, that's perfect. I think it's great for Forbidden Love, and I love that they're like hidden in like a naturey area. So there's like a ton that you could write about for that. Does that help? No, that's okay. Like sometimes that's how it works, Alexis. So yeah, so then we can help you more with that tomorrow when we have class. Okay? All right, have a nice day. Thank you.